Know the score before the game with the only 1 hour pregame show in the majors. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report. 1 hour before game time, only on NESN.
Well, welcome to Fenway Park, everybody, for Game 1 of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. On a chilly night at Fenway Park, we take a look at the playoff picture. It all comes down to this. To begin the weekend, the Red Sox are a game back of the New York Yankees, who are currently atop the American League East. The Red Sox and Indians in a tie for the wild card, as both teams at 93 and 66 coming into tonight's action. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Dan Roach. Dan?
All right, thank you very much, Don. Certainly a lot on the line, as we all know, in this 3-game weekend series. Plus, as you guys mentioned off the top, the A-Rod David Ortiz battle for MVP. Well, you kind of wonder what's going through David's mind. Well, I had a chance to talk with him in the Red Sox clubhouse just about 2 hours ago.
Personally, I'll talk as MVP. Even as we speak, Kevin Millar's and David Wells are all chanting MVP. What do you think of this whole MVP race?
Millar, be quiet. Jesus. Oh, no, right now we just concentrate on
Manny said don't pass that check too early because he's coming after you. Yeah.
We're just trying to concentrate on winning right now. It's not like you be thinking about, okay, I want to be MVP or this and that, you know. First of all, the main thing is getting to the playoffs.
Don't pass that check yet.
Do you think your team's loose heading into this series?
Look at this. You see, that's what I'm telling you. Everybody's in a good mood, and that's what this thing is all about.
Well, guys, when you certainly think about what they went through last October, what's this weekend series to them? Pretty much nothing at all. Well, we know it's more than that. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Dan, thanks very much. We'll take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the visiting New York Yankees. Derek Jeter leads it off at shortstop. Alex Rodriguez at third base. Jason Giambi at first base. Gary Sheffield in right. Hideki Matsui in left. Jorge Posada does the catching with Ruben Sierra, the designated hitter. Bernie Williams in center field batting eighth, and Robinson Cano at second base bats ninth. On the mound for the Red Sox tonight, David Wells.
David Wells picked up his 14th win last time out against Baltimore, going 6 2/3 innings. But remember, in that ball game, there was a timeout calls. Well went through with his pitch and had a shot pain go through his knee. The knee has been a problem for him over the last couple of outings. He's received a number of cortisone shots. This year against the Yankees in 4 starts, a 2-2 record. The defense tonight for the Red Sox: Bill Miller will be at third base, Edgar Renteria the shortstop, Tony Graffinino at second, John Olerud at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, and Trot Nixon. Jason Varitek doing the catching for Wells.
So here we go. Game 1 of the 3-game series. David Wells ready to go on the hill. And the first pitch of the ball game. Strike 1 to Derek Jeter. 308 and 18 homers and 67 runs batted in for Jeter. On the ground foul outside of third base.
And that's a pitch that David Wells is going to have, that curveball. He lost it for a couple of starts, but he got it back last time out against Baltimore. Curveball on the second pitch of the game, topped by Jeter.
The good numbers for Jeter against David Wells: 321, including 3 home runs in his career. Jeter strikes out. Wells starts the night off by striking out Derek Jeter.
Three pitches, 3 strikes. The cut fastball will put Jeter away after the curveball. Jeter has struck out now 116 times this season.
1 down for A-Rod. Frame by Varitek, misses inside to A-Rod. Hitting at 320, 47 home runs and 129 runs batted in. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Gary Darling. For those who have the opportunity to vote, the MVP voting may very well come down to this weekend in this head-to-head matchup between Alex Rodriguez and David Ortiz. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Incredible numbers for A-Rod against David Wells. 353 in his career with 8 home runs.
It's 4 for 12 this season against David Wells with a home run, and fouls it off to the right. Even now at 2-2. Last night's win against the Baltimore Orioles, A-Rod was 2 for 5. Couple of stolen bases, 19th and 20th on the season. 10 hits in his last 24 at bats. Wells with the 2-2. Ball 3 and a full count now.
Last time we saw A-Rod, he was hitting out of the 4-hole in the Yankee lineup. Once again moved up behind Jeter in front of Giambi.
Inside, ball 4 and a 1-out walk. So Rodriguez down to first base runner of the night for the Yankees.
And that call already has David Wells shaking his head. He thought he had the inside corner on the cut fastball.
So 1 out, 1 on. Jason Giambi, the batter. Jeter struck out. Rodriguez walks. Here's Giambi at 274, 32 homers, 86 RBIs. Inside to Giambi. Leads the American League in on-base percentage. 444 coming into tonight's action. A-Rod second. 11 walks for Giambi in the last 6 games. Inside to Giambi, and it's 2-0.
Left-handers have had great success this year against David Wells. 331 with 5 home runs against Wells.
He was a big part of the win last night against the Orioles. He hit a 3-run home run, his 32nd home run of the season, as you see the splits for David Wells. In there for a strike this time over the inside corner. 2-1. Giambi with a look back at Mark Wegner, the home plate umpire.
Very late call by Wegner on the 2-0 pitch.
Two and 1 to Giambi. Well, 3-1. On deck, Gary Sheffield, who did not play in the last series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And the Red Sox were at Yankee Stadium. 3-1 the count to Giambi. Foul to the backstop and a full count now.
Giambi had his zone to nail down middle in on that 3-1 fastball. Missed it. Fouled it straight back. Only thing on Giambi's mind, 3-1, is hitting a home run. Just underneath the fastball.
The 3-run shot he hit last night was off a left-hander, Eric Bedard, for the Orioles. Joe Torre and the Yankees with a 1-game lead atop the American League East to begin the weekend. Runner goes. Giambi takes ball 4. And the throw is for naught. 7th straight game that Giambi has walked. And 1st and 2nd now with 1 down. Well, he struck out Jeter on just 3 pitches. Since then, he's thrown 12 and walked back-to-back batters.
And how unusual is it for David Wells to walk 2 batters back-to-back? Almost never. Sometimes 2 batters never in a game.
It has been a problem more so lately than in the past. 3rd time in the last 4 outings that he's had multiple walks. Something you almost never see from David Wells. Gary Sheffield at .293, 33 homers, 121 runs batted in. Runner at second goes. The throw from Varitek is not going to be in time as A-Rod just took off, doing it on his own as Giambi doesn't go anywhere at first.
Exactly right. You know, part of the job of the trail runner, especially if you got a guy that can run ahead of you, is to make sure you check him out. If he goes, you go. But there's no break by Giambi, a great break by A-Rod, and the easy steal of 3rd base.
All of a sudden stealing some bases. He stole 2 last night, and the 5th in the last 8 games now for Alex Rodriguez.
And by not going at first base, that keeps the double play in order.
0-1 the count to Sheffield. Down and in. Did it get him? Apparently it did. So Sheffield to first base, hit by the pitch. So 2 walks and a hit batsman, and the bases loaded for the Yankees.
And this is so unlike David Wells. Back-to-back walks, then hitting a batter. Looks like it gets Sheffield right off the foot. The right foot.
Left fielder, number 55, Hideki.
73 have been hit by a pitch. Blue Jays and White Sox ahead of the Yankees in that category. Well, a major jam here in the top half of the 1st inning for David Wells. With 1 out, the Yankees have the bases loaded. Hideki Matsui the batter. Just under 300 at .299, 22 homers and 114 runs batted in. Matsui lines it to center field. Damon on the move. It is in for a hit. From 3rd comes A-Rod, and the Yankees take the 1-0 lead.
Matsui jumping on the first fastball from David Wells. Giambi at second base had to hold up. He wasn't sure if Damon could make the play on the line drive. The ball drops in, and it's a 1 base at a time for the Yankees. There's Giambi right there as you see him about halfway, and then of course once it drops in, he goes to 3rd base.
Well, Matsui with some pretty impressive career numbers with the bases loaded, 4 grand slams. And this is updated his 74th RBI. So he knocks in A-Rod from 3rd base. So the base is loaded, 1 down, and Jorge Posada the hitter. Swing and a miss. Another one of the Yankees who has some pretty impressive numbers with the bases loaded. 324, 7 grand slams for Posada.
Higher batting average from the right side, more home runs from the left side for Posada.
As a team, they have 7 grand slams. As Posada takes the strike, and it's 0-2. The only hit of the inning, Hideki Matsui knocking in A-Rod on that hit, a single to center. Posada lines it down the left field line, a foul ball. And some pretty incredible numbers against David Wells for Posada, his former battery mate.
Now, there's quite a few guys in this lineup that have very, very good numbers against Wells. Of course, none better than A-Rod with the 8 home runs.
0-2 the count to Posada. Bases loaded for New York. Wanted foul over by the Yankees dugout. In Thursday's win for the Yankees at Baltimore, Posada 0 for 3 did get an RBI, bases loaded walk. And he's just 1 for 12 on this road trip for New York. First Baltimore, now Boston. Swing and a miss. Roy Wells needed that. Second strikeout of the inning, 2 down.
After about 3 or 4 curveballs in a row, David Wells goes back to the fastball, and he goes back to it down and away. And no contact by Posada.
Number 28, Ruben Sierra.
David Wells 1 out away from getting out of a major jam here in the first inning.
Ruben Sierra, 241, 4 homers, 29 runs batted in. In the DH spot, batting 7th. And taking strike 1 from Wells. More good numbers against David Wells. Sierra 319, a couple of home runs. Sierra hits it in the air to right. Nixon's got a beat on it. Wells does indeed get out of it with limited damage. The Yankees do get a run. Red Sox coming up. 1-0. The Yankees get a run in the first inning, and the Red Sox coming up in the bottom of the first. Red Sox tonight facing Chen-Ming Wang.
8-4 in the season. He did spend time on the disabled list with inflamed right shoulder. Missed quite a bit of time. Red Sox have faced him once. That was out of the bullpen. 4 2/3 against Boston. 6 hits and a couple of earned runs. A heavy sinking fastball.
Johnny Damon leads it off and takes ball 1. Damon starting the night hitting at .317, 10 homers and 75 runs batted in. Damon has hit safely in 6 straight games at .357 over the last 6 games. Johnny Damon. 18th appearance, 17th start for Wang.
Sinking fastball, curveball, changeup, and splitter. But that's his main pitch right there, the fastball. The key to Wang, if he's getting ground ball outs, he's going to be successful. If he gets up in the zone, he'll get hit. 3-1 pitch right down the middle to get his first strike of the game.
Ball 4. He walks Damon to begin the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the rest of the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Edgar Renteria bats second at shortstop. David Ortiz, a designated hitter. Manny Ramirez in left. Trot Nixon in right. Jason Varitek doing the catching. John Olerud at first base. Bill Miller at third base. And Tony Graffinino at second base bats 9th. Lead runner on in the bottom of the first inning for Boston. And here is Edgar Renteria. 279, 8 homers, and 70 runs batted in. Hit at .369 against the Yankees this season in 16 games. A-Rod coming into the mound to talk to Wang, and some boos throughout Fenway.
Yeah, trying to settle him down and say, look, do your thing, get a ground ball, and let us do the work.
Runner goes. Damon is off, and the throw down is not in time. Johnny Damon steals second.
Now, one thing that's noticeable about Wang is he takes a long time to get rid of the ball. That high leg kick, and Posada the quick release, but it's going to bounce, and Damon in with a stolen base, his 16th of the season. So Damon, all of a sudden, after not running for a long time, picks up a couple of steals in his last couple of games.
The Steelers 8 for 11 against Wang. They have had some success, as Johnny Damon just did. Renteria taking ball 3. Taken all the way and taken for a strike is Renteria.
That fastball clocked at 94 miles an hour for Wong.
David Ortiz waits on deck. Red Sox batting in the bottom of the first. They trail 1-0. Another strike. Renteria gets the bad news from Mark Wegner, and it's a full count now.
Once again, the fastball, this time knee high outside corner.
Came in with a short lead off second base. A 3-2 to Renteria. Grounded foul down the third base line. In the last 7 games, Renteria hitting at .364. They've had a great series against the Toronto Blue Jays, in which he was 7 for 16. Getting hot at the right time of the season. Renteria fouling off another down by the shoe tops.
Now that's the type of pitch he needs there to be effective. You know, it's a sinker that starts out about knee high and then drops just a little bit out of the strike zone, and Renteria this time on top of it for the foul ball.
Well, Stottlemyre, the pitching coach for the Yankees. Look at his young right-hander. Wong ready with the 3-2 pitch to Edgar Renteria. On the ground towards short. Jeter to his left. Looks Damon back and throws out Renteria. Big Papi making his way to the plate. Well, Boston's vote is clear as David Ortiz stands in at .298. 47 homers, 146 runs batted in.
A lot of these guys sitting to our left, these writers who have packed in the Fenway Park, will be doing voting for the MVP. Certainly Red Sox fans letting Ned know who they think the MVP is, and they're also letting A-Rod know who they think the MVP is. Stacked tonight.
On the ground and through into right center field. Damon coming around. We are tied at 1.
The Yankees elect not to put the shift on David Ortiz. They pretty much play it straight up. They play him to pull, but no shift. And this time right by second base, where we see the shortstop a lot for the base hit. RBI number 147 for Ortiz.
David Ortiz on top to Shera. Ramirez 138 and A-Rod 129. Everybody will point to the big hit that Ortiz had last night. We don't get to that point if Manny doesn't hit a 2-run home run. And Ramirez last night with his 42nd of the year stands in for the first time tonight. Manny Ramirez bringing the Red Sox back within a run in this 2-run shot. Manny with 42 home runs, 138 runs batted in. Ramirez chops it foul outside of third.
So far in this game, it has been nothing but fastballs from Wong.
Damon walked to begin the inning, stole second base. Renteria grounded out to short. Ortiz with a single, scoring Damon from second. Game tied 1-1. Inside to Manny, 2-1. Long has had trouble in the first inning. 14 first inning runs in 17 starts this season. Johnny Damon getting it started with the walk. Fouled off to the right, backing out of play.
Sometimes I wonder why they hold David Ortiz on first base. Even though there's a right-hander hit at the plate, you get the same effect if you put Giambi just a few steps behind him. He's not going to go, and that could help increase the range of Giambi at first base.
Which is not great in the first place. As he continues to hold on Ortiz at first base. Two and two the count to Ramirez. And he strikes out. First strikeout for Wong, 2 down.
Highest strikeout total on the season of Wong is 5. He did that against Chicago Cubs in the National League. That time he goes upstairs with the fastball to pick up the strikeout.
Two down for Trot Nixon. 281, 13 homers, and 65 runs batted in. Over the last 4 games, Nixon just 1 for 15 as he takes strike 1 from Wong. We'll be keeping a close eye tonight on the action from Jacobs Field in Cleveland, where the White Sox and Indians are scoreless in the first. The White Sox not having their best lineup thrown out there after clinching the division. It is a less than perfect White Sox lineup. No Konerko, no Everett in that lineup, as Nixon did not offer. Ozzie Guillen giving his division-winning White Sox a few guys some time off. Ball and a strike to Nixon. Ball 2 as they elevate, 2-1. Jason Varitek waits on deck with 2 outs in the inning. David Ortiz at first. Nixon grounds it softly foul over by the on-deck circle. 2-2.
First off-speed pitch we've seen tonight from Wong. That was the changeup. He throws both a changeup and a splitter. That time it's the changeup and had Trot Nixon just a little bit off balance.
This next pitch from Wong will be the 25th of the inning. David Wells threw 25 of his own in the top half of this inning. Nixon strikes out looking. The Red Sox get a run. We're tied at 1 after 1. Tied at 1 as we head to the second inning. Bernie Williams leads it off, then Robinson Cano and Derek Jeter. Well, the Yankees fans gave Bernie a pretty good send-off in the last homestand for the Yankees of the regular season, and what will likely be the last season in New York for Williams as his contract comes to an end the end of this year. The longtime New York Yankee. To left field, Ramirez headed back and onto the warning track, and he makes the catch. Manny kept drifting back towards the dirt of the track, and he reels it in for the first out of the inning.
Plus, we've mentioned it many times how shallow Manny plays here at Fenway Park, which usually pays off for him. Every now and then, though, he's got to make a play like that, and he had to go back, still had room on that warning track before he got to the fence. To play as shallow as Manny does, you have to have some confidence to be able to go back on line drives like that.
One down for Cano. And he takes the strike from David Wells. 294, 14 homers and 61 runs batted in for Cano. On the ground, Graffinino at second base. And there's 2 down.
Last year against the Yankees, Manny making a tremendous catch. You know, you get a little of this and you get a little of that of Manny, and that was a little of this. That was a terrific play by Ramirez at Yankee Stadium of Miguel Cairo. Cairo thought he had himself a home run.
Well, David Wells, after a shaky first inning in which he walked 2 and hit a batter, has retired the last 4 Yankees in a row since. Second time through now. Derek Jeter, the strikeout victim, his first time up. One of 2 strikeouts on the night for David Wells. Fouled off into the seats. 0-2 to Jeter. Jeter had a 7-game hitting streak come to an end last night, an 0-for-4 showing in the final game of the series against the Orioles. He was 5 for 16 in the series against Baltimore. Just missing, framed by Veritek, but it's 1-2.
David Wells trying to go backdoor with the cut fastball and just missed the outside corner.
Jeter lines it to right. Nixon moving over and back to make the catch. Running on a slant. The inning ends tied at 1 after an inning and a half. One ball game into the last of the second inning. Jason Veritek leads it off. Jolts it to deep left center field. It is gone. Veritek puts the Red Sox on top 2-1. Round tripper number 22 of the season for the captain.
Well, Jason Veritek, who has been struggling, no question, especially here at Fenway Park, gets that fastball up, and he drives the home run, his 22nd. That's the 9th given up this year by Wong.
The 22 home runs leads all major league catchers for Jason Veritek as John Olerud bats. Olerud, Barajas second on that list for the Texas Rangers, and then Posada, these Yankees tied with Victor Martinez. Outside to Olerud, 2-0.
Now we mentioned, Don, when he gets that fastball up, it flattens out, and it flattened out that time, and Varitek took him deep.
Slowly rolled down the first baseline. Giambi's got it, and he will win the foot race for the first out of the inning.
One more look at that home run pitch, and you'll see the location to Varitek. It's going to be up about belt high. And any sinker ball pitcher that gets a pitch in that zone, usually it's not good. No sink on that.
Well, his first Fenway home run since August the 12th against the White Sox. So it's been a while for Jason Varitek. Picked a good time to pick up the home run here. 2-1 Boston on top. Miller taking the first pitch strike. Miller hitting at .296. 9 homers and 61 runs batted in. Chopped up over the mound. Jeter charging on the run and in time to get Miller 2 down. Hood is making strides by supporting the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk in Boston on October the 16th. Visit hood.com for more information. It's one more reason you can feel good about Hood.
Second baseman, number 10, Tony.
Hood likes you above Fenway Park tonight. Two down for Tony Graffinino. 307, 6 homers and 36 runs batted in. He's hit safely now in 8 straight games and 14 of his last 15. Towards second base, Cano throws him out to end the inning. Varitek, his 22nd home run of the year, as the Red Sox on top 2-1. 2-1, the Red Sox on top half of the 3rd inning. A solo shot by Jason Varitek. The difference in this one, as in the top of the 3rd, it is A-Rod, Jason Giambi, and Gary Sheffield. Rodriguez walked and scored in the first. One of 2 walks by David Wells. We rarely will see 2 walks in an outing for David Wells, but to see them come back to back.
And followed by a hit batter.
This is the 2nd time this season that he has walked back-to-back batters. They just stand out, and he was great in getting out of that inning, really only allowing the 1 run. The Yankees had the base loaded with 1 down. They did get 1. He struck out Posada, got Sierra to line to right. The Yankees left him loaded. Wells enjoyed a 1-2-3 second inning. And ahead of A-Rod, 0-2.
.320 average for A-Rod coming into the game, 2nd in the league, just above Damon, and well behind Michael Young, who's going to win the batting title. Young at .334.
The center field. Damon headed back onto the dirt of the track for out number 1.
Make your plans to join us for the 2006 Red Sox Fantasy Camp just before spring training at the Red Sox Spring Training Home in Fort Myers, Florida. Camp has received instruction from former Red Sox players and coaches. Don't miss out. Call 877-RED-SOX-9 for more information.
One down for Jason Giambi. It's now 6 in a row retired by David Wells. Giambi walked his first time up. That one drops in for strike 1.
Now the Yankees did not have the shift on David Ortiz, but the Red Sox certainly have the shift with Giambi at the plate. Renteria at shortstop. Bill Miller all alone over here on the left side.
Strike 2 to Giambi. The Yankees with 94 wins coming in. The Red Sox with 93 wins. Ball 1-1-2. Now, 94 wins this season. Joe Torre is only the 4th manager in Major League history to win 90 or more games in 9 out of 10 seasons. He joins John McGraw, Casey Stengel, and Bobby Cox in that category. It's truly been a remarkable run. Outside, 2-2 to Giambi. They have been trying years, and you get the impression this has been one of the most trying. Injuries for the Yankees throughout. They have battled their way through, and to begin the night, a 1-game lead over the Red Sox. Strike 3 call. Giambi's gone on the 3rd strikeout of the night for David Wells.
Once again, it looks like the cutter from David Wells that he starts it at Giambi, and it breaks just a bit right out over the plate. You see that little cut right at the end. Very late movement, and that actually froze Giambi.
So 2 down, 7 in a row retired by Wells. And here's Gary Sheffield, who's hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning. This is laced back into the seats. Well, Jerry, you mentioned the circus as far as media goes. This was really unheralded. I thought there were more here tonight than we saw in the playoffs last year. Robert Redford was here. Bill O'Reilly here talking to Joe Torre. I mean, it was foul line to foul line packed.
Even Bill Titus was here.
Yes.
Yeah, it was quite a show down there prior to the game. You know, it gets to a point where, you know, for the players themselves who are trying to take batting practice, I mean, it
can't get around.
It's hard to get around.
I mean, they were pinned up right against the batting cage, 1st to 3rd, and then some.
The Yankees came out the stretch on their side, and there's not a lot of room between the playing field and the dugouts, and of course a lot of that was taken up by media.
Greatest rivalry in sports, and it comes down to this 3-game weekend series, and everybody's here to see it. 1-2 the count to Gary Sheffield. Grounded foul again.
Sheffield coming back off the injury, started out as a DH, now obviously back out in right field.
He leads everybody in home runs off left-handed pitchers. He's got 14 of them. One and two the count to Sheffield. 2 down. Base is empty. Line cut. Renteria. In order to go the Yankees 2.5 done. 2-1 Boston. Of course, tonight the UPN 38 10th Player Award winner named, and it is Mike Timlin, who certainly earned that, and the vote by the fans. Just receiving that very nice Volvo has Mike Timlin, this year's 10th Player Award winner.
Please rise.
As Johnny Damon stands in. We have with us from UPN 38 the president general manager Julio Marange and CJ Patty from 128 Volvo. Gentlemen, I guess Mike Timlin was the overall vote.
Absolutely. It was a great choice. I think as the award itself is about player really exceeding expectations, I think Mike performed wonderfully this year. 2.29 ERA is never going to be a loser for us with that. I think the fans acknowledged it.
CJ Patty from 128 Volvo. I know you have outstanding Volvos there because, sir, I bought one from you, so I can tell you that it is outstanding.
Hopefully it's still running.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's good.
1-1 pitch here to Damon is one hopper through A-Rod and into left field. Leadoff single for Johnny Damon. Let's see if they give him an error on that.
Well, the ball was definitely hit hard by Johnny Damon, but it looked like it went right between the legs of A-Rod. Let's take one more look. A-Rod did not move and did not get the glove down. That should be an error on A-Rod.
And it is indeed error charge to Alex Rodriguez, which the Fenway faithful love as it goes up on the board in left center.
Well, you know, this year, we obviously can't say who we think the winner should be because that would influence votes. But I think they got it right. I mean, it didn't go to say the superstar player. It's what it really meant, the 10th player. And when you look at Timlin, I mean, he did much more, I think, than people expected, especially going into that closer role.
Agreed. And, you know, this is 30 years now. Yaz was the first one in '75. And I think, but based on popularity and just because Yaz was so great to the team, and last year with Johnny, but this year really kind of rang true. And as you know, with the Bruins, we had the 7th player for a long time, too, and that was a similar example of it. But with the Red Sox having what Mike did this year really personifies what the award is.
Well, Julio, Friday nights have been tremendous this season for the Red Sox.
Well, Don, you said it, couldn't have said it any better. I was going to say thanks to both of you to making Friday Night Baseball a standard and a brand I think people really enjoy, and we really appreciate our partnership with NESN and the Red Sox. It's really a partnership we'd like to see continue on as well.
And plus, the other thing is you didn't realize Dan Roach was such a comedian.
Oh, yes. My God. Roachie's just that. He is that and then some, and we know how passionate he can be. No question. And while I have a chance, I'd like to say thank CJ, too, as well, for all the support Volvo's given us.
Well, Volvo loves the association with the Red Sox, with the 10th player. I mean, it's just fabulous for us.
Renteria dropping down the bunt. Yes. Wong off the mound and the throw. Tough play, but Giambi able to get it. And Renteria moving the runner along. Damon to second.
That'll go as a sacrifice, but Renteria there was bunting for a base hit. There's no way the Red Sox sacrifice this early in the game, but we see Renteria do this a lot. The key is watching that back foot. When he drops it like that, that means he's bunting for the base hit. Nice play by Giambi at the other end to save that ball from going down the line. Kept it in the glove after contact.
So one down, Damon in scoring position, and Ortiz coming up.
Well, what are they going to do, Don? Are they going to keep pitching to Ortiz? Or are they going to, with first base open, put him on and treat him like Vladimir Guerrero?
We'll see what they do. Always tough when you got the other guy waiting on deck in Manny Ramirez. Yeah, they will at least pitch to him. They may pitch around him, but Posada in the crouch as Ortiz backs out. Well, CJ Patty, most fans can see you right around the home plate area just about every night here at Fenway Park.
Well, I got bumped tonight by Robert Redford. I think a better choice for drink water this evening, I got to tell you.
Yeah, but you're better looking.
You are.
I'm younger looking, I know that.
Ortiz back to Wong, who looks Damon back, fires to first. Damon's going to try for third. Giambi now throws across, and Damon gets caught in no man's land as Jeter will apply the tag. Julio Merengue, thank you very much for all your support all season long.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Very much.
CJ Patty. Thank you.
Back in 1982, Wade Boggs was the recipient of that honor, honored by the fans for going above and beyond expectations. He's certainly done that his entire career, and we're joined here for our Citizens Bank Not Your Typical Fan, Wade Boggs. And Wade, first of all, congratulations on going into the Hall of Fame. What's it like to be in the Hall of Fame and here at Fenway Park?
Well, the Hall of Fame is probably the greatest honor that any baseball player could ever receive, and it's been super. Ever since I got the call in January, it's been a whirlwind atmosphere, and coming back on a great night tonight, and having two teams battle it out for the pennant and the wild card, and whoever goes to the playoffs, couldn't be any better. The coldness is in the air, and coming back up from Florida, this is baseball right here. This is why you play the game.
What was the ceremony like for you before the game, Wade?
It was very emotional. It was very emotional. I got to walk along the Green Monster out there with the seats, and last time I was here, there was a net up there, and you weren't allowed to sit up there. But walking in from center field and just coming in, and a great ovation from all these great fans in New England, and it's baseball hadn't changed in New England very much.
All right, last question. You're in the Hall of Fame. What was it like to watch your old team win the World Series finally, and what do you think as far as their chances to go this year?
I think their chances are great. Their pitching's starting to line up. Big Papi actually is just doing everything he can to get him to the postseason. He's a big-time money player, and the team it looks healthy, and they're up against one of the toughest teams in the Yankees, but this is the way baseball should be, going down to the last weekend and the best team wins, and like I said in the pregame ceremony, go Sox.
Wade, thanks for joining us.
All right, pleasure. Thank you.
Don and Jerry, let's go back up to you from Mr. OBP, or the on-base machine, as Theo Epstein would call him. Guys?
All right, Dan, thanks very much. Hideki Matsui with a single into center field to begin the inning for the Yankees here in the top half of the fourth. Jorge Posada, the batter, with a count of 1-1.
Interesting in that pregame ceremony with Wade Boggs, of course, being honored tonight by the Red Sox at third base, his familiar home here at Fenway Park. Yet on the other side, in the other dugout, a team where he won a world championship with the New York Yankees.
Pretty strange. As he's back here at Fenway Park, and got a very good ovation from Red Sox fans here as part of the pregame ceremony here at Fenway. Now, were you up for the 10th player that year that he won it? Would you have been in that same area?
Yeah, I think I missed by a half a vote.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think you should demand a recount, really. I mean, half a vote.
There were a couple of hanging chads.
Really?
I'm sure
Yes.
yeah.
You know, the balloting system that year was questionable. Ball and a strike to Posada. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Matsui at first in his stance over there as he gains his lead at first base. It's very much a close stance over there. I don't know if he'll do it again, but he did it a moment ago where he's really spun around towards the bag at second base. 1-2 strikes to Posada. Shallow right. Nixon was deep. Out goes Graffinino, and Graffinino makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Take a look at the play. A strange play that ended last inning. First of all, you see Wong check the run, and now for some reason Damon takes off for third base. I don't understand. I don't know if he thought maybe they were a couple of outs or what he was doing, but he gets trapped in that rundown, and finally Jeter chases him down for the out. But brain cramp there for Johnny Damon.
Yeah, you got him in scoring position with Ramirez coming up. Instead, the Yankees get out of the inning. So one down, Matsui at first base, and Sierra lined out to right field his first time up.
I mean, I don't know if Johnny thought the pitcher threw the ball to second base or what, and he was trying to get caught in a rundown, but a very unusual play and a big play, because you're right, it takes a man out of scoring position.
Matsui with a leadoff single, standing at first base. He has the only 2 hits off David Wells tonight. Sierra cranks this foul back into the grandstand area.
One more look at Damon's play, and I think that he believed the pitcher threw the ball to second base. Now watch him. He spins, and there's the look. And then Damon's looking to second base like the throw was going there, and all of a sudden just takes off for third.
One out, a count of 1-1 to Sierra. Fouled off to the right. 1-2 now to Sierra. Ruben Sierra 39 years old. Long career of Sierra, over 2,000 games, 2,170 major league games, 306 home runs. And his second stint with the Yankees, third year this time. Doesn't chase, and it evens up now at 2-2.
Sierra is one of those guys from the right side and the left side that likes the ball thigh high, middle in. And that time Wells trying to go away with the fastball, just missed the outside corner.
A four-time All-Star and cracked the big leagues back in 1986 as a member of the Texas Rangers. Strike three call. Fourth strikeout for David Wells. 2 down.
Now the control is back. It was certainly not there in the first inning for David Wells, but it has been since that time. And you see again, Veritek staying away from Ruben Sierra. Sets up outside, fastball right in the pocket.
So 2 down. Matsui at first base. He was there with nobody out. He's there with 2 down. Bernie Williams flying to the warning track and left. His first time up, run down by Ramirez. Fly ball down the right field line. Nixon over, under, side retired. 2-1 Boston.
Begins at 7.
Went ahead and ate it. I did offer it, though. You had no interest.
You did?
Sort of. I did it very quietly. You just didn't hear me. Manny Ramirez leads it off for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 4th.
Pretty impressive when you can eat a 5-pound lobster and 7 lobster rolls to go along with it.
And he struck out swinging in the first inning. On the ground towards Jeter at shortstop. He's in on the hands, and Jeter throws him out.
I'd like to send some best wishes along to Peg Weymouth in Cambridge, a little bit under the weather and watching the ball game tonight. Also, birthday wishes to Michaela Brickley,
who was in the back of the booth.
Yeah, daughter of Andy Brickley, who's enjoying the ball game here tonight. She turns 9 years old today.
Andy Brickley, Bob Lobel, Eric Freed, and the list goes on and on. Shot Nixon bats with 1 down in the inning. Just talking to Bob Lobel in between innings, and certainly you and Bob have been here for many of these type of Red Sox Yankee battles, but as far as media goes here, I mean, this is unbelievable from across the country. Here we saw some photos earlier from before the game, but even up here at this level, a lot of those people weren't even on the field. Everybody up here now. And of course, this game being telecasted across the world. All kinds of TV broadcasts from here as well. ESPN is here. The Yankees, of course, telecasting. The 2-0 to Nixon is in there for a strike, 2-1. Long allowing a run in the first, a run in the second inning. RBIs for Ortiz, and of course the home run for Jason Veritek. The difference in this one now. Chen-Ming Wong, 25 years old, from Taiwan. In the dirt, ball 4. He walks Nixon with 1 down.
Well, road trips with the Red Sox in 2006, spring training, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, great locations. For more information, 1-800-336-2267.
So one down. Nixon at first base.
Actually, those are all places I like going.
Those are our favorite stops.
Spring training, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay, right?
That's right. Veritek hit a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the second inning. His 22nd home run of the year. Home run, the first one since August the 12th here at Fenway Park for Jason Veritek, and it gave the Red Sox the 2-1 lead they currently have. Nixon with a short lead at first base, held on by Jason Giambi. Outside to Veritek, 1-1.
Red Sox do not do a lot of hit and running, but the fact is when you have a sinker ball guy like Wong on the mound, a lot of times they'll use the hit and run and try to stay away from double plays. You mentioned the media. The crowds have been so big with media all week long at the pregame meetings with Francona have had to move from his office to the interview room, which is upstairs. Just can't fit in his office.
That's something as Nixon takes off, pitch outside, the throw from Posada, and Nixon is gone.
Well, that was the hit and run, I'm sure, and the pitch was so far from away from Veritek he didn't swing at it. So a couple of base running mistakes, one by Damon. You see how far away that pitch is. It's almost like a pitch out. Now, if it is a hit and run, you have to throw the bat at the baseball, somehow make contact. On a hit and run play, the only pitch you do not swing at is a ball that bounces, because likely the catcher is not going to field it cleanly and throw you out at second base.
So now the base is empty with 2 down as Veritek with a swing and a miss, and the count evens at 2-2.
Yeah, I doubt very much that that was a straight out steal for Trot Nixon.
So Veritek unable to get the bat on it or try. And a pitch up and away, and it's 2-2 now to Veritek. Strike 3 call. Veritek strikes out. Red Sox gone in the 4th. 2-1 Boston.
Show by the fans for the fans. A new episode every Sunday, so log on and tell us your story today.
Robinson Cano leads it off. Grounds it foul towards the end of the Red Sox dugout. Cano grounded out to second base. His counterpart, Tony Graffinino, threw him out. Cano goes the opposite way to the left, but Ramirez is there for the first out. Check back in with Dan Roach. Dan.
Well done. 42-year-old David Wells in his 19th Major League season has had plenty of big starts along the way. Earlier this afternoon, I spoke with Sox pitching coach Dave Wallace to get his thoughts on Wells being a big game pitcher.
You don't just get that label by happenstance. You know, you get it because you've done it. You've done it on the big stage, which he's done. And, you know, that's one thing you don't have to worry about with this guy. You know, whether you know, or not he does that, nobody knows. But he has done it in the past. So you know that he's looking forward to it and embracing it.
And guys, it bodes well for Red Sox fans if they get into the postseason. Wells 10-3 with a 3.18 ERA in postseason play. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Dan, thanks very much. Derek Jeter fouls off a pitch. I guess, Jerry, this is the very reason that Theo Epstein and the Red Sox went to get David Wells for these types of games this season, because he has been, over the course of his career, a big game pitcher.
Well, you know, he's been in a lot of big games, and obviously there's not much that flustered Wells. I mean, I was talking to him in the clubhouse this afternoon for a brief, it's like he wasn't even pitching tonight. I mean, you know, that's just the type of attitude he has and takes to the mound.
It is a vast difference between his day of games in which he starts and that of Curt Schilling. I mean, it is almost the opposite. We came over in a car with him to a start that he made earlier this season on the road, and I mean, you really couldn't tell the difference then either. I mean, there was
I have no idea. Schilling, on the other hand, you really don't even want to look at him on the day he's pitching
or talk.
And man, like Pedro, you never. I mean, he could do anything.
No, exactly.
Everybody has their own style to relax and get ready for a ball game.
And it's worked for both, we might point out as well, both Wells and Schilling. So I guess there's no wrong way to get ready for an important ball game. And this is fouled off to the right.
Who's the little guy that Pedro brought in?
Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson.
Something, yes. De La Rosa, that's right. Nelson De La Rosa.
They were throwing Nelson around the clubhouse on the day he was pitching.
Chop to third. Miller on the half hop, throws on the run, and in time. Then there's 2 down in the 5th.
You can't stay back with Jeter running for an extra hop. You have to charge the ball, and the decision made very quickly by Bill Miller to charge the ball, the off-balance throw, and gets Jeter by a running step at first base. If you stay back on that, he's safe at first.
Five in a row retired by David Wells, and here is A-Rod. He walked and scored in the first inning, the lone Yankees run. Fly to the warning track in center in the 3rd inning. Inside, almost hit him, and it's now 2-0 to A-Rod. .47 home runs for Alex Rodriguez, tying him with David Ortiz, establishing the Yankees record for most home runs in a single season by a right-handed batter, breaking Joe DiMaggio's mark of 46 back in 1937.
It took him a whole year to settle into his New York uniform, but he settled in a big way this season.
Not only settling into New York, but settling into a new position, all that at once. At third base, and has made that adjustment incredibly well. The error that he made tonight, just his 2nd error in the last 88 games. At third base, as this pitch misses for a ball. 3-1 now to A-Rod. Fouls it off, and it's 3-2. Giambi waits on deck, 2 outs, top of the 5th, 2-1 Boston. The center field. Damon headed back onto the track, and he's there to make the catch. In order to go the Yankees in the top of the 5th, halfway through this one, 2-1 Red Sox.
Highlights and news and notes from our award-winning broadcast team. The Sox may go national, but the coverage stays local. It's pre- and post-game coverage right here on NESN, the home of the world champion Boston Red Sox.
Last half of the 5th inning. Yes, John Olerud leads it off for the Red Sox, bottom 3rd of the Boston order. Olerud, Miller, and Graffinino. Olerud grounded out, 3 unassisted to first base, first time up. Both teams with just 2 hits. For the Red Sox, David Ortiz, an RBI single in the first. Jason Varitek with a solo home run to lead off the second. It's the difference in this one. Ball 3, and it's 3-0 to Olerud. Olerud has struggled lately at the plate over the last 16 games, 5 for 31. Hitting at just 161 over the last 16 games. A 4-pitch walk to begin things here in the bottom of the 5th. Hood is making strides by supporting the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk in Boston on October 16th. Visit hood.com for more information. It's one more reason you can feel good about Hood. So Olerud leading off the inning with a walk. 3rd walk given up by Chen-Ming Wang.
The last time he led off an inning with a walk was back in the 1st, and of course the Red Sox scored in that inning on the Ortiz base hit.
Bill Miller was 0 for 4 here in the ballgame last night, just 2 for 15 in the series against the Toronto Blue Jays. And his first time up tonight, grounded out to Derek Jeter at shortstop. A strike to Miller, and the count 1-1.
Of course, the other game of interest in the American League, Chicago with their patchwork lineup tonight, beating Cleveland 1-0, and that's in the 6th inning.
Outside to Miller, 2-1.
Well, again, 2-1 is a hit and run count, but they were burned the last time they tried it.
Not going, and it's ball 3 to Miller. 3-1. This is the 5th start for Wong since being reinstated from the 15-day DL. Missed a total of 52 games after being placed on the DL back on July 13th with inflammation of his right shoulder. Made a couple of rehab starts with AAA Columbus before returning to the Yankees, and look at the numbers for him since coming back. Miller grounds it towards Jeter to second for 1, on to first, a double play.
.22 grounded into double plays this season for Bill Miller, and of course we talked about that the other night. You know, hits a lot of ground balls up the middle, and when you do that, you have a tendency to hit into a lot of double plays. You know, I'm watching Juan pitch this game, and I don't recall seeing a breaking ball yet from him. It's been all fastballs, a couple of changeups. I don't think we've seen a curveball.
We really haven't had a lot of opportunity until tonight to get a good look at him. We did see him in spring training.
Now that's a slider right there that he threw, and I don't recall him throwing one until that point. I may have missed it. But you can see the rotation on that baseball right there. Kind of a cut fastball slider type rotation.
Tony Graffinino, the batter, grounded to second his first time up, and quickly down 0-2. Started the season at AAA with Columbus. Was called up on April 27th.
Took off 2 signs and looked like he wanted the fastball away from Graffinino.
Off the outside edge, 1-2.
Usually when you see the catcher put the 1 down and wiggle, that means he wants the sinking fastball. The pitch before was more of a cross seam fastball away, and that time it was the sinking fastball away. This is 2 pitches ago, more of a straight fastball this time, and then the next pitch it was the 1 wiggle, and that means they wanted the sinker.
Graffinino chops it down the third baseline, foul. Well, the Red Sox and the Yankees experiencing their closest race for the American League East title this late in the season. First time since 1978 they have been this close this late in the year. And of course, a 1-game playoff was necessary to decide the ultimate victor. The gentleman to my right watches it over and over and over again, and the result is still the same. In the hands and popped up foul. Posada over, and he makes the catch. It ends the inning through 5. Boston on top 2-1.
Friday night for Roachy Claus, huh?
That's right, yes. Roachy Claus. Jason Giambi batting with the full shift on to begin things here in the 6th inning. To right field, Nixon will play it on a hop, and a leadoff single for Giambi.
El Matsui, the left-hander, has a couple of hits off Wells. Giambi now with his base hit. Fastball right down the middle. Giambi with that topspin line drive, landing right in front of Trot Nixon. So 3 hits in the ball game, all 3 by left-handed hitters against David Wells.
There's Sheffield batting with 1 on and nobody out. Sheffield hit by a pitch in the first, lined out to short in the 3rd. In the air to deep left center field. Over goes Damon, almost to the track, but shy of it to put that one away. 1 down. The pitching line is brought to you by Bernie and Phil's Furniture. Quality and comfort and price. That's nice. 5 1/3 for David Wells. 3 hits, the 1 run. That came back in the 1st inning. He walked 2 and struck out 4.
And it's really been for him, I think, in some part, the return of the curveball. He's thrown enough of them to keep the Yankees just off balance. He got Aaron on a curveball to end the 5th inning, although he hit it well, and a curveball there to Sheffield that he was just a little bit off balance on.
There's Hideki Matsui, who is 2 for 2 against David Wells in the ballgame tonight. Both singles to center field. Really had a tough time in the season series. 2 for his last 34 coming into tonight's game against the Red Sox, but tonight 2 for 2. Plays every day, to say the least. 485 consecutive games. To right field, Nixon on the move. That gets down and gets through to the track and the wall. Giambi stopped at third base, a double for Matsui. And it's second and third with one down in the inning.
Again, the left-hand has continued to do the damage against Wells. That's the curveball this time to Matsui. And Matsui, a line shot that quickly gets past. Trot Nixon. Giambi does not have good speed. They have to hold him up at third base. I think anybody that can run certainly scores on that play.
44 doubles now, third in the league for Matsui, behind Tejada and Roberts, both of the Orioles. And he's 3 for 3 in the ball game tonight. So a chance here for the Yankees with one out in the top of the 6th inning. Posada has struck out swinging and popped out to second base. The Yankees 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Now, we've said this over and over about Matsui, but he is one solid baseball player. He'll make some mistakes out in left field on occasion. He's had some problems against the Red Sox, but offensively he is tough.
And you're right about the mistakes, and they're tough to figure out at times because he makes the great plays, but sometimes all of a sudden he'll take a terrible route. This is down to third base. Miller's got it. Looks the runners back and throws out Posada, 2 down.
And again, with that ground ball going to third base, Miller, no chance for Giambi to score. You see Miller behind the bag, but even there, because the ball sits so hard, Giambi has to go back. He would have not scored on that.
So the Yankees, who stranded the bases loaded in the first inning, have runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the 6th. And now Wells will go after Ruben Sierra, who has lined to right and struck out looking.
Once again, staying away with the fastball to Sierra.
The Yankees are the second worst team in the American League with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Only the Seattle Mariners have had worse luck. I think at 222, the Yankees at 235. Sierra hits a fly ball to center field, playable for Johnny Damon. The Yankees strand 2 in scoring position. Red Sox on top 2-1.
Well, we mentioned earlier for David Wells how for a couple of starts his curveball had deserted him. Well, in that inning, all 3 outs coming on the curveball. You see Sheffield off balance, fly ball to center field with a man on first. A curveball that's hit down to third base that holds the runner at third, and a curveball for the final out as Sierra pops up to center field. So all 3 outs in that inning coming on the curveball from David Wells.
Johnny Damon leading it off. Last half of the 6th inning. Long is at 66 pitches. Throwing that one at 93 miles per hour to Damon. On the right field line, headed towards the seats, and a foul ball beyond Canvas Alley. Well-pitched ball game tonight on both sides. The difference, a solo home run by Jason Varitek leading off the 2nd inning. The Yankees have had some base runners. They left the bases loaded in the first, left a runner on in the 4th, and left 2 in scoring position in the top half of this inning.
Yeah, they clearly have had the best chances in this game. I mean, they could have 5 or 6 runs on the board.
Meanwhile, the Red Sox have only left 1 man on. Damon lines it into right field. Just over the outstretched glove of Robinson Cano. Damon on for the 3rd time tonight.
A walk, the stolen base, on with an error, and now the base hit to keep a hitting streak going. Now it's 7 games. Up over the glove of Robinson Cano.
So Damon at first base. Edgar Renteria 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Grounded out to shortstop in the first.
And we saw Damon go earlier on that slow delivery to home by Wong. And he'll get a quick check.
Fifth time in 6 innings the Red Sox have had the lead runner on. And Johnny Damon has been that lead runner 3 times. Pitch 70 from Wong. Renteria showing bunting again, pulled back. Grabbed the attention of A-Rod coming from third.
A lot of options here for the Red Sox. The straight out steal, the hit and run.
Renteria swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Looks like that left shoulder for Renteria flying out just a little bit too soon on that fastball. Renteria at his best when he's using the gaps. Left center, right center.
There goes Damon. Renteria swing and a miss, and Damon will steal second base. No throw from Posada, and again taking advantage of Wong.
Yeah, and also on top of that, got the breaking ball that time. Very few he's thrown tonight, but he threw one there. No contact by Renteria, but an easy steal, no throw. So the go-go Red Sox tonight.
Well, Johnny Damon all of a sudden running again. He had the stolen base last night that led to the winning run, and 2 thefts here tonight. Swing and a miss, and Renteria strikes out for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
See what Renteria was trying to do there with 2 strikes is still move the ball to the right side, and he had not a good swing at it. When you get 2 strikes like this, you just swing to get a base hit. You can see by that angle there that he's still trying to move the ball even with the 2 strikes to the right side. I mean, it's a good idea, but you shouldn't force yourself to do it with 2 strikes.
Bill Stottlemyre, the pitching coach for the Yankees, out to talk to Chien-Ming Wong.
Now, what is this, the 3rd time tonight first base has been open with Ortiz coming up?
And they have not chosen to put him on any of those previous 2 times. He has singled to center field to drive in a run. That was in the first. He grounded back to the mound in the 3rd, and then, of course, that started the strange play that got Damon in no man's land, thrown out between 2nd and 3rd to end the 3rd inning.
I think they are going to walk him this time.
They will not deal with him. To be honest, I'm surprised this has not happened more. This is just the 9th intentional walk of the season for David Ortiz.
It's never an easy decision for a manager because of the man that's standing on deck. And they're all aware of the damage Manny can do with 1 swing. But Ortiz has been so hot right now and in such a groove, winning games and getting hits like he did back in the 1st inning. Joe Torre is willing to take that chance tonight.
Mentioned the 9 intentional walks. Seemingly most of those coming when Manny was not behind David Ortiz. As he will make his way down to first base on the intentional walk.
Now you sit there as a manager, you scratch your head and you pick your poison. And right now he's picked Manny to be the poison.
And truly a difficult decision when you are intentionally walking a guy to get to a guy who has 42 home runs, 138 runs batted in on the season. He's the guy you pick. First and second, 1 down. Ramirez hits it a ton. Will it stay fair? No. Crushed, but foul.
Hard to keep that ball fair for Manny. Now, Manny has the hands inside the baseball type of swing, but that ball was so far inside he couldn't keep it fair. Watch the movement on this pitch late, coming into Ramirez. Gets the barrel of the bat on the ball, but hooks it foul.
Almost got our good friend Tom Gilmet.
Wow. Tom trying to follow the baseball. Almost fell.
There's a reason he is strapped in.
But who's holding the other end of that strap?
I don't know. It looks good in theory.
Let's hope it's a friend.
Oops, I was watching the ball. No 1 to Ramirez. Inside, Ramirez tosses the bat in efforts to get out of the way.
Well, again, after getting him to foul the ball off inside, they try to go a little bit deeper inside this time. And just miss Manny.
First and second, 1 down, Boston, 6th inning. Red Sox trying to add on to a 1-run lead. Manny lines it into left field, a base hit. Damon stopped at third as Matsui comes up with it quickly, and the Red Sox have him loaded.
You bring that ball just a couple of inches back inside, and Manny's going to crush it. And he did hit a hard line drive so hard that the runner has to hold at third base. A topspin line drive, but 1 hop to Matsui. Dale Swain putting up the hands immediately, knowing no chance to score for Johnny Damon.
So now the base is loaded, 1 down. Trot Nixon in on the left side. Ball 1 to Nixon. He has struck out and walked tonight in 2 previous tries against Chin Ming Wong. 8 grand slams in his career. Tied for 3rd in that category in Red Sox history. Williams was 17 first.
Wang trying to get a ball down for a double play. Nixon looking for the ball up, something he can drive.
Outside again. 2-0 to Nixon. A-Rod again to the mound.
No action down in the bullpen for the Yankees at all. And everybody here at Fenway standing up.
.82 pitches for the Yankee starter tonight, Wong. He was thrown 17 in the inning. It's the most work he's had to do since the first when he threw 25. Yeah, a mess here with 1 down. Red Sox have him loaded. Nixon fouls it off. Stottlemyre just getting off the phone in the pen, and some stirring going on down there. The Yankees, of course, with a full cast of relievers with the September call-ups. More at Joe Torre's disposal as his starter's in right now. Inside, Nixon gets the hands out of the way. It's 3-1.
No better time to hit right now. A 3-1 count with the bases loaded.
Leiter, who had the great first outing with the Yankees here against the Red Sox at Fenway, and Proctor up in the pen.
Trot Nixon should be looking for something middle in, above the knees, something he can drive. If the ball's down and away, you got to let it go, because that's the kind of ball you top for a ground ball.
Ball 4, he walks him. From third comes Damon. 3-1 Boston.
The head dropping for Joe Torre as he watches a man walk home with an extra run.
The base is loaded with one down now for Varitek. It is 22nd home run of the year back in the second inning. Struck out looking last time. Fouled off to the left. Ortiz at third. Ramirez at second. Nixon at first. On the left field line, foul back and out of play. The side of the mound to talk to Wong, who's ahead of Varitek, 0-2. Red Sox with single runs in the first and second, and a run so far here in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Red Sox as a team this season, 327, 11 grand slams. On the ground towards first base. Giambi will come home with it. Bad throw. Run in. Ortiz safe. 4-1 Boston.
Now that is a problem for the Yankees. Giambi at first base. He is not a good first baseman. And here he makes a bad throw into Posada. Little tap down to first base. He'll come in, plays it off to his left. A couple of extra steps, a side-on throw, and the ball can't be handled by Posada. Just a poor play there by Giambi.
Error charge to Giambi, no RBI. And the second miscue by the Yankees, one for A-Rod, one for Giambi. Now John Olerud as this one jumps away from Posada, not far enough.
Giambi at first base has never been a good thrower. To second base on ground balls, and obviously coming home. You can see as the arm dropped, and the angle of that throw was not even close to home plate.
The 25th pitch of the inning coming for Wong, the 90th of his outing.
This could be a game-breaking at bat for John Olerud.
He is grounded to first and walked. Olerud fits one towards center. Bernie Williams coming in. He'll make the catch. Manny's tagging and scoring the Red Sox 5th run. 5-1 Boston. Bernie Williams certainly not known for his arm, and Ramirez comes in to score.
Yeah, even with Bernie Williams charging and the ball not that deep, sacrifice fly by Olerud.
Now Bill Miller, who is 0 for 2.
I think they're going to appeal at third base. They're going to appeal that Manny left early.
And he did not.
Take a look at the double box. Manny going back to tag. Let's see. Now, his body, his top part of his body was leaning forward, but the foot was still on the bag. It's worth the try by the Yankees.
Miller takes strike one. A 5-1 Boston lead. Red Sox putting a 3 spot on the board so far here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And a strange 3
by Posada, trying for third is Nixon. The throw not in time. At first, it did not look like it was going to get all that far away from Posada, but Nixon tries it and gets there.
You know, at second base as a base runner, it's hard to see how far the ball gets by the catcher. And by the time Nixon picked it up, then he decided to go, and he beat it at third base. And what a strange inning. The Red Sox getting runs on a walk, on an error by Giambi, then the sacrifice fly. Now Nixon goes to third on the pass ball.
So first and third. The 1-1 to Bill Miller. Picked on the backhand by Giambi, who touches the bag to end the inning. Damage done. 3 runs in the inning for the Red Sox. Boston on top 5-1.
At Fenway last April and is available now at retail stores throughout New England or online at MLB.com.
Bernie Williams leading it off for the Yankees.
You know, if you had that 50-ounce steak with that 50-pound lobster, you'd have had surf and turf tonight.
Probably would not have made the game.
I wish we had a picture of that.
It was quite a feast.
Some of us had to work while others ate.
Sorry for some of the stuff that got on you, too. Lobster can be messy. Line to right, Nixon coming in. He'll grab it for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 22, Robinson, Cano.
Well, you might imagine there'll be a little bit more of a police presence here for this series over the weekend. Here at Fenway and the surrounding areas around Fenway Park.
Yeah, they're going to be closing down a number of streets in this area for security reasons. And I think that's probably the wise thing to do, especially this weekend with the Yankees in town. Of course, everybody well aware of some of the problems in the past.
Robinson Cano batting with 1 out. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game from the number 9 spot in the Yankees order. He's grounded out to second base and lined out to left. Cano lines it into left field, a base hit. And Ramirez over to grab it, and Cano held to the 1 out single.
Well, again, another left-hander getting a base hit off David Wells. It's been the lefties that have done the damage tonight against him as Cano slices one over the head of Bill Miller for the base hit.
So 1 out, 1 on. And Derek Jeter coming up. Jeter 0 for 3 in the game. He has struck out swinging, line to right, and grounded out to third. We'd like to welcome the principal owner of the Boston Red Sox, John Henry, and of course Chairman Tom Werner to the booth. Gentlemen, things are going well so far here tonight.
So far, John and I just came by. We really just wanted to thank our fans for really what has been an extraordinary season. You know, there's a reason that the Red Sox have the best home record in baseball. Our fans are there every night, and it's an exciting time to be at Fenway Park.
John, I know you guys were out there tonight greeting the fans as well who came into Fenway.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, playing the Yankees here at home for all the marbles, so to speak, and it's just been magic here tonight.
And I imagine a little bit nerve-wracking too, right?
A lot. A little tough to come on at this particular juncture.
1-1 the count to Derek Jeter. Well, it truly has been an amazing time here at Fenway Park all season. Record numbers coming to the ballpark, sold out all year. Truly incredible.
Well, we have over 200 straight sellouts, and we've always said these are the greatest fans in baseball. But you know, last night to be here when David Ortiz did his heroics was a memory, and hopefully we'll have 3 more memories this weekend.
Whoever the schedule maker was this year, I mean, this absolutely worked out perfect. The last 3 games, Yankees, Red Sox, this close. Can't get any better than this.
Just only if he gets into a double play, it'll be better.
Check on first, and back to the bag is Cano. David Ortiz truly been amazing. I know you guys have anointed him the greatest clutch hitter in Red Sox history. He really is. It's been incredible.
I think the question now is he's the greatest clutch hitter in the history of baseball.
That's right.
Get the plaque ready. Who knows?
Yes.
It takes it takes a while to make those, so maybe we should start just in case.
2-1 the count to Derek Jeter. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Again, the curveball. I've been mentioning it all night. You know, something he didn't have for a couple of starts, but he's had it big time tonight. And there it is again, down and in on Jeter. He's had so many Yankee hitters off balance with that breaking ball.
We want to thank the two of you. You've done just, as usual, an incredible job this year. It's just such a pleasure to watch you guys every night. When you're on the road, it's our lens, as it is for everyone in New England, and it's just the analysis, the repartee between you two it's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate that. We try to do the best we can. Yeah. It helps to have a good product on the field too.
Certainly does. You guys have done such a great job with all the new things here, and I think the best thing you can say about the new things, the monster seats, the right field roof, is that they look like they've always been here, and I guess that's what you guys were looking to do.
And we think the best is yet to come. The changes this year are going to be the biggest changes yet during the offseason.
The payoff pitch to Derek Jeter. Out towards right center field, hit well. Nixon heading back, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Derek Jeter, his 19th home run of the year. And the Yankees are back within 2. It's now 5-3.
So what were we talking about?
Well, Derek Jeter has opposite field power. Number 19 on the season, the fastball out over the plate, and Jeter into the Red Sox bullpen. So back come the Yankees. The Yankees have had a lot of chances. They had a lot of chances early in the game in the first inning. In the 8th inning, they couldn't score, but now Jeter does get him on the board with the 2-run home run.
Well, we just wanted to thank the fans again. We're going to get out of here and watch the game.
Well, thank you very much again. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jerry.
So 1 down, 2 runs in as A-Rod now bats. Rodriguez with a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Well, they said Bronson Arroyo would be in the pen and available tonight, and he is up in the pen. Wells at 94 pitches with 1 out here in the 7th inning. off and into a box to our right. 0-2. A-Rod walked in the first, fly to the warning track in the third, and then again to the track in center in the fifth. In the dirt, and it's 1-2. Outfield set up straight away and deep on A-Rod. Inside, it evens up now at 2-2. Wells frustrated with himself. As I mentioned off the top, the Yankees have 3 batters over 100 RBIs. A-Rod's one of them with 129 coming in. Sheffield 121. Matsui with 114. Strike 3 call. A-Rod's gone. Strikeout number 5 for David Wells.
I was going to question that pitch, but that's a good pitch by Wells. A fastball inside corner. Veritek sets up inside, right into the mitt, and A-Rod didn't like it.
Two down for Giambi, who has walked, struck out looking, and singled. Pitch number 100 coming up for David Wells at the century mark with 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Wells threw 104 pitches last time out in the win at Baltimore over the Orioles in 6 2/3. Arroyo continuing to warm for Dave Wallace in the pen. On the ground, Olerud's got it. He will win the foot race to the bag. The Yankees get 2 bags, 7th inning stretch, 5-3 Boston.
Stories from Red Sox Nation, presented by Granite City Electric, Sunday nights following Red Sox baseball.
Tomorrow, Game 2 of the Red Sox-Yankees series is a national broadcast on the Fox network. But tune into NESN immediately following that game for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. We'll have all the post-game reaction from both clubhouses and a breakdown of the key plays from Saturday afternoon. So even though the game is on Fox, NESN is still your home for the best post-game show on Saturday.
Sox on top as Tony Graffinino stands in. Line on Chin-Ming Wong tonight. 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Getting closer to 100 pitches. This is 95. Wrapped to third. Tough hot, but A-Rod's got it. And Graffinino's out number 1. Down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Johnny Damon coming up. He's been on base 3 times tonight. Walk, reached on an error, single to right. He's got 2 stolen bases and has scored 2 runs in the game. Damon slaps it foul off to the left. Red Sox have action in their pen as David Wells up over 100 pitches. Chad Bradford up. We saw Royal get up last inning. Fouled off. Red Sox fans, it's Chevy Cobalt payoff pitch time. The Red Sox hit a home run on their 100th pitch of the game tonight. Evelyn Connolly of North Reading, Massachusetts could win a new Chevy Cobalt. Go to NewEnglandChevyDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
This will be pitch number 99.
Damon fouls it off. So here we go.
This is it.
We have waited all season for this, and Johnny Damon.
The last Friday of the regular season. Pitch number 100 coming up. The suspense is unbelievable.
Well, Johnny, think of the Chevy Cobalt. On the ground towards first base. Giambi bumbles it, but they do indeed. Yet Damon at first, Wong covering, and there's 2 down.
Well,
so unfortunately, Evelyn Connolly of North Reading, Mass. is not a winner tonight. So 2 down here in the last half of the 7th inning. Edgar Renteria, the batter.
Well, Don, at least there was contact anyway.
Yes.
It was a strike. There was contact. There's nothing you can do about that.
The worst is when there's like a ball outside or something in the dirt. 2-0 now to Renteria. Well, this is indeed our last Friday night of the regular season. We'd like to thank all those from UPN 38 who have been so kind to us all season long. And Dan Roach, who we enjoy so much working with. Joe Giza, the executive producer, Red Sox baseball on UPN 38. It's been outstanding to deal with, as of all the people at UPN 38. There's Dan, who's done such a great job. We've had a lot of fun with Dan this season, who is one very funny individual.
Tell it's a big game. Dan's got his tie rolling tonight. Well, will that be the night? Yes, it will, as Joe Torre makes his way out. Left-handed action out in the bullpen, and Ortiz coming to the plate.
5-3 Boston pitching change from Fenway. Well, Chien-Ming Wong done after 6 2/3 innings. He ends up walking 6, and he is still responsible for Renteria, who's at first base. Allowed the 5 runs Red Sox have. To the pen go the Yankees and Al Leiter.
Al Leiter probably had his biggest game as a Yankee right here at Fenway Park as a starting pitcher earlier this season. Overall 14 games, 10 starts, a 4-5 record for Leiter.
David Ortiz is singled to center, grounded back to the mound, and then walked intentionally. Al Leiter, 39 years old. He turned 40 at the end of October. 36th career relief appearance for Al Leiter. Working out of the pen now for the Yankees. After 382 career starts in the major leagues. Outside, 2-0. He spent the last 7 seasons in New York, but not with the Yankees, of course, with the Mets. First to reach the major leagues with the Yankees back in 1987. 3 years in New York before going to Toronto, the Florida Marlins, and The Mets outside 3-0.
And it's almost like he's pitching around David Ortiz. Everything away.
On deck, Manny Ramirez with 2 outs here in the last of the 7th inning. Ball 4. They may not have intentionally walked him, but they certainly pitched around him.
And that might be it for Al Leiter.
7th walk of the night for Yankee pitching. Red Sox have only 4 hits. Torrey coming out. He's got double-barreled action in his pen. An old friend out there in the pen right now for the Yankees. Alan Embry, one of those guys up. Embry on the left, Proctor on the right. And Torrey to the mound. Leiter facing 1 batter. And it looks like Proctor will be making his way in. So pitching change in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 Boston.
Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report 1 hour before game time on NESN. Come on.
5-3. The Red Sox have the lead. And you know, Don, I waited all week to be able to give you this shirt. You know, it's been in the making for a long time. We just haven't had the right occasion to do it. So here is your official shirt. Not your average idiot shirt.
That is great.
And there you go.
Thank you very much.
So you can order yours at therimreport.com. But I think it looks just like you.
Well, there are some similarities. Very nice. Thank you very much, Jerry. I appreciate that.
It's been in the bag in the week, and I'm waiting for them to get a lead, and it's like, you know, not the right time, and so there you go.
There we go. Scott Proctor is into the game.
28th appearance for Proctor on the season, a .253 average against him, 34 strikeouts and 42 2/3.
1st and 2nd with 2 down. Manny the batter. In there for a strike. Manny with a look back at Mark Wegner.
Hanging breaking ball that stayed inside, and I guess just barely picked up the inside corner. You throw that one again to Manny, and he might launch it over the monster seats.
Renteria at 2nd. Ortiz at 1st. 2 down. Another strike. Ramirez down 0-2. The runner at 2nd, the responsibility of Wong. The runner at 1st, the responsibility of Leiter. Both reaching on walks. 7 walks allowed tonight by Yankees pitching. 1 was intentional. And really the last one to Ortiz might as well have been by Al Leiter, even though not formally listed as such. Ball, and it's 1-2.
Thank Larry Johnson for that caricature of both you and I on the front of the shirt. And
it's better than I thought. When I first went on the site, I thought that. But sadly, that's pretty much me.
And it's actually, it's been selling very, very well.
First and 2nd, 2 down. Manny grounds it up over the pitcher. Jeter on the move, throws to 1st to get Ramirez in to end the inning. The Red Sox strand a pair in the 7th. 5-3 Boston after 7. Back at Fenway as we head to the top of the 8th. The out-of-town scores are brought to you by your Boston area Volvo retailers. Volvo, the official car of the Boston Red Sox. We've shortened it up a little bit tonight, just the games that matter. The White Sox holding on to the 1-0 lead over the Cleveland Indians in the 9th inning. Mark Burley against Kevin Millwood there tonight. The difference for the White Sox, Willie Harris has an RBI single, and that has been it. White Sox holding on. The Philadelphia Phillies with a 4-2 lead over Washington. That is now in the 8th inning. Brito against Livan Hernandez. Ryan Howard with a solo home run, his 21st. And with the Houston Astros, a 2-game lead on the wild card against the Chicago Cubs, tied at 1 in the 7th inning. Carlos Zambrano against Andy Pettit, who's 17-9. Mike Lamb, a solo home run, his 12th of the year. Out-of-town scores brought to you by Volvo. New pitcher Chad Bradford.
Last time Bradford worked was game 2 of that day-night doubleheader against Toronto. Picked up the loss in that game, inning in a third, allowing a hit. Of course, no Papelbon tonight. Papelbon yesterday going 2 2/3 and would not be available in this game.
Sheffield 0 for 2, hit by a pitch as he grounds it softly. Renteria moving, has it, throws out Sheffield. 1 down in the 8th.
And here we go. Yep.
1 batter and out for Bradford. Got the guy was brought in to get. So the pitching change from Fenway. 5-3 Boston.
The Green Monster at RedSox.com.
Mike Myers into the game for Boston.
Myers was in yesterday for an inning and a third against the Blue Jays. 1 walk, no runs. Overall his 64th appearance, and this may be for 1 batter.
Chad Bradford went a third of an inning, getting the only man that he had to face, Gary Sheffield, as you see Timlin up in the Boston pen.
7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts.
David Wells tonight throwing 101 pitches over 7 innings for the Red Sox, allowing 6 hits, 3 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 5, allowing the 2-run home run by Derek Jeter in the 7th. Jeter, his 19th home run of the season, brought the Yankees back within 2. That's where we stand right now with 1 down, top of the 8th. Grounded foul, 1-2. Well, the Red Sox wanted their starter to go as deep as he could. David Wells going 7 tonight. And that changes things from a bullpen perspective for the Red Sox. Able to go left, right, and do what they need to do here at this stage of the game. Bradford to face Sheffield. Myers to face Matsui. Two and 2 to Matsui. Posada waits on deck with 1 out in the top of the 8th. And the right field line foul. Broken bat for Matsui, so he gets a new one. Well, tomorrow to be Tim Wakefield and Randy Johnson. They go head to head once again. A classic battle between the two at Yankee Stadium, where they were matched up, and 1-0 win for the Yankees and for Randy Johnson in that victory over Tim Wakefield, who pitched very, very well but got the loss. Wakefield 16-11 against Randy Johnson, 16-8. And the 1:15 start time tomorrow here at Fenway Park. The game, of course, on Fox National. Randy Johnson 4-0 against the Red Sox this season. Tim Wakefield's he's 1-3, but it's really not indicative of the way that he has pitched against the Yankees this season when you take that game against Randy Johnson into account. The 2-2 fouled off to the left. Our friends Joe Buck and Tim McCarver will be here tomorrow. We'll be back with you on Sunday. Kurt Schilling against Mike Mussina in the last regular season game of the year for the Red Sox. Here at Fenway Park, 2:05 start time, Schilling and Mussina.
And regardless of what happens last game of the season.
That's right. Popped up foul.
Last time Randy Johnson faced the Red Sox in September back at Yankee Stadium, he was very fired up for that game, kind of staring down Johnny Damon after trying to bunt. And then, of course, the Millar situation where he strikes him out. They stare each other down, and Millar says, don't look at me like that. And that's as fired up as we've seen Randy Johnson all season long.
Right out of the gate. I imagine he'll have that same kind of fire here tomorrow. Two and two to Hideki Matsui. Fouled off and hanging tough here against Mike Myers. Well, the Red Sox have won their 93rd game last night, 4 seasons in a row. The Red Sox have been able to do that for the first time in franchise history. A game back of the Yankees to begin the ball game tonight. A 5-3 Boston lead in the 8th. Another foul ball. Matsui fouling off another, and it's a 9-pitch at bat right now. It's about to go into double figures.
It's a heck of a battle Matsui's putting on Myers. It usually doesn't take Myers all that long to get rid of left-handed hitters.
Left-handers hitting at just 160 against Mike Myers on the season. Matsui just getting a piece.
Even those sweeping breaking balls from down under, Matsui just able to foul it off.
The Red Sox and the Yankees have met 68 times during the regular season and postseason over the last 3 years. Each club has won 34. It's really a remarkable stat. Even as they begin this 3-game series at Fenway Park. Two and two, the count to Matsui. Pitch 11 of the at bat, and he struck him out. Myers wins the battle, 2 down.
Once again, Myers dropping down underneath. This time the breaking ball again, and this time no contact from Matsui. Heck of an attempt by Matsui. Good at bat, but Myers will win the battle.
Bradford got Sheffield. Myers got Matsui. Pitching change. 5-3 Boston.
Brings you up to the minute analysis, highlights, and news and notes from our award-winning broadcast team. The Sox may go national, but the coverage stays local. It's pre- and post-game coverage right here on NESN, the home of the world champion Boston Red Sox.
Making his 80th appearance in Red Sox history. That ties Greg Harris, who did it back in 1993. Raditz, Timlin at 76, and Heathcliff Slocum with 75 back in 1996.
2 down. Jorge Posada, the batter. He has struck out swinging, popped out to second, grounded out to third base. The numbers for Posada against Timlin, including a home run. The strike from Timlin. So Bradford brought in to begin the inning. He got Sheffield to ground out to short. And Myers brought in to face Matsui, and after a very long battle, he finally struck out Matsui for out number 2. Strike 2, 0-2.
head shaking between Posada and Torre on that last call.
Strikes him out. We head to the last of the 8th. 5-3 Boston.
After the game on NESN.
Last half of the 8th, 5-3 Red Sox on top as they come to bat against Scott Proctor. We got the final out in the last half of the 7th inning. He deals with Nixon, Varitek, and Olerud expected here in the 8th. Trot has struck out, walked twice. The Indians, in dramatic fashion in the 9th, have tied the score 1-1 against the White Sox. That game moves to the 10th at Jacobs Field in Cleveland. Red Sox had the 1-0 lead all night until the bottom of the 9th. 2-0 to Nixon. 94 from Proctor, but missing.
Nixon's walked twice in this game, and the second walk brought in a run with the bases loaded.
Fouled off. 2-1 to Nixon. Jason Varitek waiting on deck. Red Sox getting a run in the first, a run in the second on Varitek's home run, 3 in the 6th. The Yankees got a first inning run and 2 runs in the 7th on the 2-run shot by Jeter. 5-3 Boston as Nixon lifts it foul to even the count at 2-2. Chien-Ming Wang, 6 2/3 tonight. 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. Walked 6, 1 intentionally, and struck out 4. Strike 3 call. Nixon out number 1 at the bottom of the 8th.
Breaking ball picks up the outside corner against Trot. Nixon. That's similar to the pitch that Timlin struck out Posada to end last inning.
One down for Jason Varitek. And a solo home run in the 2nd, his 22nd of the year. Struck out looking in the 4th, reached on an error in the 6th.
Don, we talked in the open about starting pitching in this series and getting it to a workable position, and that's certainly what David Wells gave to the Red Sox tonight.
It's not workable if he leaves in the 4th inning. It's workable when he goes 7 as he did tonight. On the ground to short. Jeter's got it. Varitek's out number 2. So 2 down for John Olerud.
Number 19, John.
He is grounded out to first, walked, and hit a sacrifice fly. As we look ahead to the top of the 9th inning for New York, we expected in the inning the bottom third of their order. Ruben Sierra, Bernie Williams, and Robinson Cano. And tonight, Mike Timlin asked to get 4 outs. He got the last out of the 8th. He'll be facing the bottom of the Yankees order in the 9th. Oh, 0-2 to John Olerud. the dirt, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Red Sox being out hit by the Yankees 6-4, but on top 5-3. Yankees pitching has surrendered 7 walks tonight, and their infield has committed 2 errors. A-Rod at third base, Giambi at first.
And again, you know, we mentioned pitching, and you come into a game like this, the top 2 scoring teams in the American League, and 10 hits combined between them.
Olerud hits a fly ball out to left field. Matsui puts it away, and we head to the 9th. 5-3 Boston.
Hood is making strides by supporting the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk in Boston on October 16th. Visit hood.com for more information. It's one more reason you can feel good about Hood. And David Wells tonight, outstanding performance against the New York Yankees. 5 strikeouts in the ball game. After a rough first inning, Wells settling down. Cut fastball down and into Jeter. Ball away from Posada. Gets Giambi on a cutter. Away from Sierra. And then A-Rod.
Mike Timlin back out for the 9th as Ruben Sierra leads it off for the New York Yankees. Sierra 0 for 3 in the game as he takes strike 1. Sierra's line to right, struck out looking, and is flied out to center field. Against Timlin, good numbers. Grounded softly over by the Red Sox dugout. 0-2. $34,832, 224th sellout consecutively at Fenway Park. Sierra strikes out for out number 1 of the 9th.
That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Red Sox pitching. Myers getting a strikeout against Matsui. Timlin getting a strikeout against Posada. And now the strikeout against Sierra.
One down in the 9th. Bernie Williams, a batter. 0 for 3. He's flying to the track in left, fly to right, line to right. Inside, almost turned into it. Four for 24 in his career against Timlin, just 167 the batting average. In his tenure as closer, Timlin has not had a save that's been longer than an inning. He's been asked to get 4 outs tonight. The strike that evens it count at 1-1 has Bernie Williams shaking his head. There's been a lot of shake of the head from that direction also. Torrey has not agreed with a lot of the strike calls tonight from the home plate umpire Mark Wegner. Williams backs out. Timlin stops himself. Girardi and Mattingly going over the scouting report with a count of 1-1, 1 down in the 9th. Swing and a miss, ball and 2 strikes. Robinson Cano coming out on deck. 1 out, top of the ninth. Two and two, missing at 93 miles per hour.
Timlin trying to change the eye level there of Bernie Williams. He got him on a pitch down, tried to go upstairs with the fastball. Bernie would not bite.
Well, he thought about biting. The 2-2. Hey, struck him out. They go up top again. Third consecutive strikeout for Timlin, and there's 2 down in the ninth. Here is Robinson Cano with 2 outs in the ninth. He singled his last time up. Take strike 1. Timlin has been ahead of everybody. Through into right field, and a base hit for Cano, the number 9 man. And the tying run will indeed come to the plate for the Yankees with 2 down in the ninth.
Robinson Cano picking up his second hit of the ball game in his last 2 at bats. Like a little cutter that time from Timlin, and Cano right down on it. Cano's got a chance really to be the Rookie of the Year in the American League, a legitimate chance.
He's been tremendous, especially in the month of September. Hitting .381 in the month of September. And the Yankees with a chance as Jeter stands in. He hit the 2-run home run in the 7th to bring the Yankees back within 2.
Doesn't want to look.
Strike 1 to Jeter. Timlin ahead again. Not holding on Cano at first base. 1-1 the count to Derek Jeter with 2 down in the ninth. The outfield deep and straight away, especially Damon in center, Nixon in right. Timlin gets his sign ready with the 1-1 pitch. Jeter chops it towards short. Renteria with a throw to first, and the Red Sox win. A 5-3 Boston victory in the first game of this 3-game series. And as a result, the lead for the Yankees is gone atop the AL East. The Red Sox and Yankees tied. And the Red Sox and Yankees with a half-game lead at the moment over the Cleveland Indians in the AL wild card. Again, the Indians and White Sox are in extra innings at the moment at Jacobs Field in Cleveland.